Welcome back to another Habs Nation barbecue show with hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy directly for the beautiful country of Thailand on a beautiful, great Monday night, July 10, 2023. And right away on the flat, guy, we let you know we have some kind of problem, internet in the Thailand area, Pattaya, in the last 48 hours. And I apologize. Something we cannot do. We tried to bring a technician here in the building. It looked like it's just more around outside of they have to fix something about that. So hopefully we're going to hanging there. That's a little bit the problem. We have some kind of lag inside of this internet right now. And will do my best to carry on this until we can. And live sometimes you can only do what you can control. Something outside of your controlling, it's not going, you can do anything about that. So it's not affect me. I'm not negative about that. I'm not upset. Life is great. Life is awesome. It's all about how you see the perspective in front of you. That's happening all the time. Anyhow, welcome back, guys. I miss you, each one of you. 24 hours later, we are back inside of this Montreal Canadiens and Habs Nation barbecue. And tonight we have a special subject to talk about. And I want to share it with you guys my top Habs prospect 2023-2024. And at the beginning, it's not about the ranking. The players I'm thinking they can make the NHL, or they can possibly not make it at the end of the day. So I divide them in 3 tiers. And then after that, we maybe make a ranking all together. Then, if you follow me, guys, about the Habs Daily News, I create some kind of controversy with offer sheet. Some say, you cannot do offer sheet. Montreal could maybe look about this. And some said, what are you talking about, Mr. Coach? But it's an offer sheet of first fan players he can maybe offer if Montreal are looking for add another players, yes or no. I'm not here to decide. I'm just sharing. I believe if they're going to get that direction from Elliot Philman, talking about possibly Montreal was targeting Kadri Miller for the New York Rangers. Finally, if you follow my video too, I create other videos called the Hockey Nation. Today I'm talking about Mitch Cobb said no to Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. I explained the reason behind that, and look like, guys, Mitch Cobb, he really decide where he want to go at the end of the day. He did not want to meet the Anaheim Ducks. He did not go far with the Montreal Canadiens and the San Jose Sharks. He refused to go to Arizona Coyotes, and he told the same thing with the Washington Capitals. So at the end of the day, Mitch Cobb, he really said to everyone, I want to go to play with the Flyers at the end. So that's what you can get that video, guys. Watching my video, that'd be great to increase in the number of viewers and increasing the number of the subscribers inside of this channel. And we want to thank all the moderators we have already in the chat. And we want to thank each one of you to be a part of the show tonight. We're going to rock and roll this for at least 60 minutes to 90 minutes. And we have at the end a Q&A. And we, of course, we have the Frenchy Quiz. We're going to go back with that one tonight. 3 questions for you. And that's what we have on the menu today, Coach. On the great evening on Monday night during a summer. We have a few people knock the door, guys. Going to go very quickly. Don't forget to click on the like. I just saw pop up likes right away. Enartab, the legend, is in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Enartab. Thanks to be with us tonight. Her friend back from maybe vacation, I'm not sure, but he is back with the Hockey Nation Show on the great evening, directly from Colorado. Big fan of the Colorado Avalanche. I'm talking about Mr. Steve G. From Alberta, if you want to follow him on Twitter, you should, because he writes a lot about the Calgary Flame. He's a big fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs too. He is back with us. Sometimes he's a co-host of the Hockey Nation Live at Tonight Show. We welcome back Mr. Randy Walkman is in the house tonight. The deal, the no deal. The only thing we have is a big fan of the Buffalo Sabres. I'm talking about the real deal. KLS, directly from Carolina, back in the house. Big fan of the Hurricane, but a bigger fan of the Detroit Red Wings. Everything happening with Michigan, KLS is connected with the Tigers, with the Lions. and many other teams around this area. And of course, the Red Wings. KLS, welcome back, is in the house tonight. We're going to talk a little bit more about the different cat trait if we have a chance. I don't know if I put this there. I want to a little bit elaborate more about the trait between the Detroit Red Wings and the Ottawa Senators. Mr. Detroit Tiger Glass is in the house. Salut mon Detroit. Another big fan from maybe Michigan. Leftover Grizzly. What about Mr. Shane Summon is back in the house? It was a pleasure to have a people who was here with us like 3 years ago when we started that channel with Michael DeVillano. And Chesaman was one of them, the top one of the subscribers, if I can recall it. But he was a part of the show many times. When we have a show at 11 o'clock Eastern Time or the evening, welcome back. What about from Sweden? Back in the house tonight, Mr. Gary is with us tonight. Maybe not. Maybe not. If Jerry is from Sweden, so I apologize, Gary. I believe you are in Canada, but I don't know exactly in Ontario, but you're going to tell me. What about the captain, Danny T, just finished his concert. He have a festival of the shrimp in Orleans the last couple of days, and Danny T is singing a song over there. I think from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I believe. I'm not sure about his schedule, but Danny is back from his Elvis Presley. About this one, André Robert, notre ami André Robert Drouin is in the house tonight. André, hopefully doing well. Glad to have you aboard to comment. We comments with other comments about the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. What about Mr. Curtis is back in the house tonight? I would add Oliver Kapanen to that list, Curtis. He's on my list, by the way. But you don't know where I put Kapanen. We're going to talk about Kapanen and all this fun project prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. André, you're welcome, KLS. And then we're going to pick it up. Our friend Sam P. Running barbecue tonight. Sam P, it looked like he's running over there. This morning we didn't rain. We rained yesterday in Terrain. This is the beginning of the off season, guys, on Terrain. Unfortunately, is the season of the rain, and it's going happening more and more and more. So we'll see. I'm supposed to go to Bangkok this weekend. I'm going to take 3 days, not vacation. I'm going to make some kind of video during the weekend, but more about take a couple of trips in Bangkok, see what's happening. And I think I maybe not go to Phuket after that. But if I leave for Phuket, guys, I will let you know. So I will be out of the streaming for full possible 10 days, Friday to next Sunday. It would be about what? 22nd, 23rd. We'll see. I will let you know anyway. No problem with that part. We have you're welcome, Danny, about this. William McClary from Ontario is in the house. Welcome back, William. When we saw the name Sean McIntyre, guys, from the Maritime, one thing we really recognize Sean, guys, like many of you, really knowledge about hockey and more about the Montreal Canadiens, always bring some great subject around the Montreal Canadiens. I like always to talk about Sean. I'm scared to give you an offshoot after the last. I would hate to lose one of the young guys because we gave one. Yeah, I can understand your point of view about that, Sean. Obviously, the story about Kokanemi. But they have its fun kind of the philosophy between Marc Bergevin and Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon. I'm not sure if they will do it, Montreal. I don't know they would gamble that way. I don't know. I don't think they do the things that way. I think they try to do the right things all the time. Martin we talk about this all the time. When they ask him about tank or they ask him you should lose if you get a lower pick, he was said no. We always do it with integrity, with loyalty. And we always try to do the best every single game. And that's what's been the philosophy of Martin St. Louis. So I think that's the reason I would say to you, I would be shocked if they do that direction Sean, like you do. Joe Manella back in the house tonight. Joe have a scoop from the LA. Dubois is already ready to get out. Yeah, we'll see what happens with him. Um, Gary is from Toronto. Joe, I do all the time a question on my poll, a question every day. And, I'll be interesting. We can sharing this right now if you don't mind. You can put what it would be your, how many points do you think PLD is going to do with the Los Angeles Kings next season? I'm glad they signed back Capital for 2 more years. I think he could become a role model for Dubois. I hope Dubois can take advantage of that. Unfortunately, when he was with the Columbus Blue Jacket, he had not much experienced players over there. And then when he went to Winnipeg Jet, I don't think so. He can learn from Wheeler and Sheffley as a role model. I don't think so. So to be surrounded with Philippe Dano, Kopitar, two excellent hockey players, but the most two great leaders, and hopefully Dubois can pick it up a couple of nuggets from them and to get and changing a little bit, growing his maturity as a hockey professional players. I'm not playing anything about Dubois. I just sometimes players pick up their maturity maybe at 25, 27, 28, and I hope the best for Dubois. But it'll be interesting. Do you expect Dubois 60 points, 70 points, 80 points out with the Los Angeles Kings? Our friend Nicolas de Gobibano is in the house tonight. Oui, Nicolas, on a parlé de ça au début de l'émission. Il y a un problème à travers du country Thailand à propos de True Company, the service provider for the internet. It's a problem they have to fix outside of the building. It's not my location or my internet. Personally, my internet, it affects everyone in Thailand right now under the service providers called True. So I try to maximize the most speed of the internet, but after I talk with someone for the company, this is me. They have to wait to fix the problem. So hopefully there will be something to happen the next couple of days for everyone. To get better. Joe Manes, a 60-point player, has requested a trade. Kopitar is a model NHL player, does everyone right at the right way, is now a contract helping the Kings. You're absolutely right about that, William, about Kopitar. I think is a great example. Classy players, at the way like Jean Bilvaux did for the Montreal Canadiens many years ago. Kopitar, I think he's going to be retired for the Los Angeles Kings. You have a really quiet life. You think about this. So you have an exception. I think Barkov for the Florida Panthers is another one where their behavior on the off ice reflect on the ice, and their behavior on the ice reflect on who they are in live. And that's you talk about a classy players. You talk about a guy who understood what it takes to stay with consistency year after year and performing year after year. And in NHL, that's equal Anzi Kopitar for the Los Angeles Kings. So well said, Mr. William, about that. After that, you need to bet better internet provider about that. About this, Jerry Willett is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Jerry. Thanks to be with our Nation Show. Another great knowledge about hockey. Give me a lot of feeds about the news about the Montreal Canadiens. So I'm very glad to have each one of you guys. Don't forget to click on the likes. Again, this summer, guys, will be all the way like this. We don't have only a template because the news are not a lot around the Montreal Canadiens. This is the off season. You can look about everywhere, guys. A lot of social media expert on the hockey for the Montreal Canadiens, covering the Montreal Canadiens, talking about the people from the Athletic, for the RDS, from TSN, Sportnet, everyone covering Montreal Canadiens. Most of them are off. They don't do any pod anymore. They are, filming, Marek. Everybody's on vacation. That's possible for me. I'll be maybe take off too at the same time. So the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks will be a little bit slow here at the Hockey Nation Show because honestly, we don't have enough news, okay, to carry on night after night. But the most important thing, guys, you guys are doing a very good job to talking each other. And hopefully, you have an amazing summer so far. Sean, I think PLD could get the 80 point, but only if he play a wing on the top two line, maybe a year two, then take over center or year three. Yeah, it's interesting when you see the lineup and the roster that are saying King Sean because you think about Kopitar, il y a Philippe Dano now, now il y a Pierre-Luc Dubois, Quentin Byfield was considered as a center, and so uh, I think if you put, I definitely, I would said to you, Pierre Dubois should play in the top six over Tyler Moore. Example with Dano. If they keep the first line together, you have other option as a winger for sure. Andrea Camp and Adverson are really the player they can helping Pierre Dubois to performing, and I think they can get that kind of number, 70 point to 80 point for Pierre Dubois. I'm really looking for 30 goals for him. He always stag a lot at 25, 28 goals per season, but I think he needs to bring the next notch up his talent in NHL for Pierre Dubois. So that's what happening. So that's happening now. To check if we have anything about. Now we have a subject to talk about, guys, tonight. First of all, I want to get here, but I want to go around the NHL news at the beginning before we talk about the top prospect Montreal Canadiens, guys. They have a couple of news happening, a lot of signature around the league. First of all, the Boston Bruins signed Jan Mitchell for 1 year contract below $1 million. Mitchell, a veteran, many years in NHL, career play for many teams, bring some depth inside of the defensive for the Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins are a really interesting team to look about this right now. We don't know about Ketchik. We don't know about Bergeron. The goaltender situation is really something. RFA for Swimmen, they carry about $6 million below the salary cap, and they have to sign a couple of players. They lost Foligno, they lost Taylor Hall. It's a game, they did not resign Bertuzzi and Orlov. You put this all together, I don't know. Concern for me for the Boston Bruins. We know the reputation of Boston Bruins year after year. We put them out of the playoff and they find a way to come back. What an amazing, great year they have last season. But again, I understand they still have the core of Marchand, Pasnak, McEnroy, and possible Swimmen or Ulmark. But they still have a couple of decisions is coming for the Boston Bruins with Don Sweeney. Can they add Tarasenko? As the team is not afraid to make some kind of bold move at some point. Boston Bruins, they bring back a Lucic and I can go all the way, but Boston Bruins, very interesting team to looking for the Atlantic Division. Secondly, the Flyers have signed back Cam York, defenseman for them, young, 22 years old. York was drafted just after prior Cole Caulfield in 2019, I believe it was the year, and 14 overall pick. It took a little bit longer for him to be established himself as a defenseman in NHL. York, now with the departure of the two defensemen, D'Angelo and Provorov, for the Flyers, that opened the door for him to become a top 3 defenseman for the Flyers for the upcoming season. We know the Flyers decide to rebuilding, so the fact he's going to have a more TOI, it maybe is going to shine finally in NHL. They signed another rookie, Noah Coates, another great rookie players, have a good performance last year, signed over $2 million contract, I believe he was. I don't know. Yeah, 2.625 for him. Congratulations. Another rookie. By the way, a rumor get out yesterday or today, I don't know, remember, the fact that Daniel Brière refused to let go Scout Lawton for the first round pick and the second round pick. Very interesting for that. Why Brière keep Lawton with the Flyers, refuse one first round pick, a second round pick. I don't know why, but we'll see what happening with the Flyers. They still try to make some trade with Cam, with Hart, the Corey Hart, the goaltender of the Flyers. And then we have Travis Konechny. We know they trade already Kevin Hayes for the Flyers, and they lost D'Angelo, and they lost the defenseman of the rookie for the Flyers. The San Jose Sharks opened the door to Philip Zadina. Zadina was buyout, we can call it, a release by the Detroit Red Wings, and then Zadina want to start a new refresh somewhere. I was expecting him to sign with the Edmonton Oilers. I don't know why Ken Holland did not open the door for him. Surround himself with a better hockey player. I think it could help in the career of Zadina. Or maybe Holland knows things we don't know about the personality of Philip Zadina. He looked like he have a really strong personality. I don't want to talk against him, but maybe that's the one reason, and not many teams are looking for Zadina. So Zadina signed only a one-year contract, guys, at $1.1 million for the upcoming season. So he's going to have an opportunity with the San Jose Sharks, and maybe get his career back on the track, and then after that he can offer more his service to any other team in NHL. The Seattle Kraken signed back Fleury. Fleury is a defenseman, and the brother of the Aiden Fleury. Cal Fleury, I believe, was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens a couple of years ago. And I've almost messed up between Cal Fleury and Aiden Fleury, two brothers. And he just got a one-year contract at $800,000. The Vancouver Canucks, guys, they gave another chance to the player Outlander. Outlander signed a contract at $1.1 million. Passed most of his time in the American Hockey League last year. Prior to that, he was really good in NHL. Unfortunately, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy at playing in NHL to keep your spot and to stay on the consistency to performing every night. It's not easy. And it's another player you need to prove for the Canucks. He deserves to be a part of the roster 2023, 2024. When the Vancouver Canucks have to take some decision, they make already some decision, buy out OEL. They made a couple of trades. But for me, is to see the signature of Elias Pettersson is, I believe, on his final contract. And they really want to keep him with the Vancouver Canucks. But do you believe Patterson wants to stay with the Vancouver Canucks? Another team for me, like the Vancouver Canucks, it felt for me like the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Washington Capitals, the Nashville Predator, the Calgary Flames, the Winnipeg Jet. All those teams are in the middle of the NHL, but they cannot get out to become a top contender in NHL, top 10 example, and and they make they don't make the playoff. So it'll be interesting what the Vancouver Canucks are going to do for the upcoming season. That's give you guys all the signature we got in NHL. We have a few people talk each other right now, and that chat are going to pick it up. A couple of things here. About that one. Gary Cornoyer is in the house tonight. Our friend Luke from British Columbia is in the house. Thanks again. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. I see the picture of New Hook practicing today and the Ab gear and is number 15 for the Gary Conroy. About the Alex Newhook wearing the number 18 when he was with the Colorado Avalanche. About that. Coach, should the ad pick up Brendan Lemieux? I disagree with that. We talked about this yesterday, I believe, a little bit. For me, Lemieux is a 2.0 of Michael Pesada. Don't bring anything else right away. We have already many skaters. At least we get an exception players. I will not bring Brendan Lemieux and the Montreal Canadiens because that would give that now to remove a spot maybe for RHP or Pesada, Pitlick, Ilonen, Henneman. I don't see the purpose to bring Brendan Lemieux with the Montreal Canadiens, unfortunately for me. So that's happening, but Zenit Gaming is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Mr. Zenit Gaming. Hopefully doing well and your family over there. You have an amazing, great weekend, an amazing, great summer, and the bows for that. Corey Hart, the singer, he wears the sunglasses at night. I don't think so. Corey Hart date Julie Mouse at some point. Carter Hart. And for some reason, earlier I was Cam Talbot in my head. But I think Corey Hart date Julie Mouse. Maybe entertaining, you know, E.T. is going to get there on that one over there. Zedek will say no to Oilers coach for Wendy. Claude Richard is in the house. Welcome back, Claude, for Ottawa. You're absolutely right about this, William. I think he just want to go back on his feet and then maybe have a new career coming. To your prospect list. I need spell check, Joe. All the prospect will not make it to the NHL version, but other team. You're also right, coach. Restrict me to 10. Love you add on about this one with that. Not to walk away from a $4 million contract and go to 1 year pro me contract says something about the possibility. Most supplier will not do it. Absolutely right about this, William. It would be interesting how you're going to get out of this one. Kraken won't play Cal Fleury yet, won't expose him to whoever to send him to play in American. I guess it makes sense for them until they can build a pipeline. Absolutely right, Curtis. The signature of more of Fleury is really for American Hockey League, where the team did very well. They go all the way to the final, be lost in the final. American Hockey League for the Calder Cup against the Hershey Bear. About that, Rick Woods back in the house. Rick, long time we did not see around. Hopefully doing well, Rick. The coach and all the Habs Nation fans. Sorry, been busy at night, but watching your podcast and the day. I really appreciate Rick your support of the channel, guys. You can watching our channel every single time, the morning, afternoon, the night, whatever you are. Free to open up turn on the channel here. We have a lot of thing contents we bring to you guys every single day about the Montreal Canadiens and other team. If we have some big news around the league, that's what we got, guys, for NHL news today. Then we're going to go a little bit, review a little bit what's going on with the UFA. Still have a couple of players on sale on the board. We have a few of them. First of all, Tarasenko is the next one. Tarasenko is tag possible with Ottawa Senator. That's the one team. The New York Islanders, the Carolina Hurricane, or three team, or maybe in the race or the front runners. Forget Tarasenko. I think the fact they bring cut left, the Ottawa Senator could go with Tarasenko. But Tarasenko, do you believe he want to play in Ottawa and maybe get a 1 year contract? And that would be a better way to cover up the trade from the Brincat to the Detroit Red Wings. I really go deep about that trade last night. And the people say, who is the winner of the trade and between the Brincat and between the Detroit and the Ottawa Senator? Of course, guys, the Ottawa Senator make a big mistake when they trade for the Brincat 1 year ago. They take a risk. They try to hit a home run to give a first, second, and third. Obviously, become a strike for Pierre Dorion when you see the outcome of the Brincat now with the Detroit Red Wings. Remember, guys, they gave a 7 overall pick and the Chicago get Kevin Kocinski, if I can recall pronounce his last name, a defenseman, and they gave a 2nd round pick and a 3rd round pick. Now. They that with the Brincat. It's really difficult, guys. And you can see one thing if you read about the perspective, what's going on in NHL. The players, guys, have their rights, their freedom to go anywhere in NHL when they are UFA, right? So UFA, they don't have no rights for anything. They want to select where they want to go. But you can see a pattern is coming now in NHL. When you have a player, guys, at the last year of the contract they have with the team, so they are RFA, right? Restriction free agent, and they are only 1 year to go. And you can see now the Pierre-Luc Dubois opened the door more for that season. So they really, the player tell a little bit more. They tell to the team what they want. Whatever they are not UFA, they tell them, hey, I'm not going to sign back again here. Or, hey, Nylander said, I'm going to sign back here for $10 million. The Brinkat said the same thing. I don't want to go back here in Ottawa. I want to move out. So when they do that, they are not UFA, but they use the power of the freedom of tell them what they want to do. And the team are a little bit tied up now with not much leverage to make a big trade and return. Because the player tell exactly what they want. I want to go there. I want to have a contract. I'm looking for this amount. And the team with the salary cap have difficulties right there. And then they cannot wait. And that's the reason, like, Dorion get only a Kubalik in return, Sebanco, the defenseman where he played in the East Coast Hockey League before. They got a first-round pick, but he has looked like the worst of the two. And that you think about this and the second and the 4th-round pick. So at the end of the day, Dorion did not have anything he can do about that. And then Eiserman said to DeBrincat, you want to go back home here. It's a 4-year contract, and I'm going to go at $7.8 million. So the biggest loser on that one guy is really the Ottawa Senator at the end of the day. They don't get a lot in return, and they spend a lot for him. Secondly, when you look about the Detroit Red Wings, I have a lot of concern about the team over there. People talk about, the Brincat. Yes, he bring the Brincat, and that's good asset for them because they don't have a lot of scorer goal from the power of the forward. But I don't think it's good enough for me to make the NHL playoff. And to fact that Ottawa moved the Brincat to Detroit, do you believe Detroit is better now with the Ottawa Senator? I don't think so. The defense core of the Detroit Red Wing guy is not like the top of the best in the NHL. The goaltender is good, but not great. So if you're asking me tonight, who have a better chance to make the playoff between Montreal, Detroit, Ottawa, and Buffalo, it's definitely Buffalo. Buffalo in the last 12 months, they completely detached themselves from Detroit and Ottawa Senator. They are now, the Buffalo knocked the door for the playoff next season. That's who they are, the Buffalo Sabres. And I think after that, it's going to be Ottawa, and then following by the Detroit Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens are far to be a contender to make the playoff for the upcoming season. I know some of you thinking that way. Look, everything possible, right? But we have to be realistic. The Montreal Canadiens are going to finish at the bottom 8 in NHL next year. At least something changed completely with Thomasik. We have a 1 or 2 team we don't expect to be to not play at the level they're supposed to play. I see Montreal Canadiens to see us almost like at the bottom 8 for the upcoming season. We have a few people, guys, in the chat. See what's happening here about this. I see the last time it was Rick Woods. It was a comment. Here you go. So pick up here. Pittsburgh Steelers fan is in the house. Frenchy. I'm doing great. See Pittsburgh. Or for the fact my internet struggle, but it is what it is. Jerry, welcome back. Coach, are you afraid of the second year for the Fags, the Hawks? Many of them the second year next season. Yeah, the sophomore year we talk about, right? The second year where the players struggle. Lucas Raymond, Zillinger, Zaders, all of them, they don't have a very great year compared to the first year. I feel some of Montreal Canadiens are maybe have some problem at some point. I don't know, it would be Jacky. I don't know, it would be Cooley. I don't know, it would be Iris. I consider Iris anyway for second players. Kovacevic. Those players would be interesting how they're going to do during the second year, but I would not be surprised one of them and maybe two of them, Zeph, it could have some kind of problem or did not play at the level was the expectation for upcoming season. Great point, Zeph, to sharing with us about that. A couple of team mate have said a little thing about Tarasenko. A lot of flag for me about Tarasenko. Yeah, it's another one, right? The reputation, sometimes it's fun. I'm always said me, I always said this way, guys. I want this coming from someone who is not in the locker room. If, example, I would say to you, a Truba go straight in the interview and the pod, whoever, he say, yeah, Tarasenko is a bad apple. Until anyone, his teammate, never said anything about Tarasenko, I cannot judge Tarasenko because we assume maybe. Same thing with Zadina. But if you have some players speak out and they talk about the players, now it's really real. It's really legit. I saw two players from Suchi talking about, again, Mitch Carl last month on an interview. And that's two teammates, right? But we'll see what happening about that for Tarasenko. I wonder if Tomba might end up in San Jose. Carlson move out. Talking about Tomba is with one of the two teams are looking for him. One of them is Arizona Coyotes, and one of them is San Jose Sharks. The Carlson situation could pushing San Jose to sign Tomba. Hopefully for him, Tomba had a really bad year last year with the Minnesota Wild, one of his worst year in NHL. And it was not at the right time for him, William. Vinny James 007 is in the house. Kubalik has a good upside for a middle six forward. So looking forward to see what he does. But the Kubalik, guys, if you look about his career, it was really first time last year he scored 20 goals. Prior to that, is a guy an average between 10 to 15 goals in NHL. So can he become that kind of players? We see Vinny 007 how the Ottawa Senators are going to use him. You're absolutely right. He's a kind of player. You remember the year he got with the Chicago Blackhawks before, but he's the kind of player can get that direction for sure. 007 about Kubalik. They said dispose of me. I was sure I don't want to hear on him. Question: any words on Logan meeting with the NHL? One is where. Honestly, for what I heard, nothing happening this one again. I think Montreal waiting again for a couple of weeks. Some off summer for some people involved with that. But Mayo, the way he can get now is to be sure if he participates to the development camp and the main camp, he will need to have the approbation of the NHL. Talking about the approbation, I'm talking about Logan Mayo and talking about NHL. Team Canada supposed to release finally the report of what happening the next couple of days. This could be huge and make an impact from some player play already in NHL. Like already like Carter Hart, Victor Mete, Kyle McCarr. I can go all the way like that, but if ever like a McCarr are involved with Team Canada, he was involved with that situation. What the NHL is going to do about that? That's what I'm looking for from the reaction of NHL and to see the report. I'm not saying McCall did it. I just see what it would be the consequence of the situation if some player play in NHL and they are involved with the incident happened with Team Canada. Something we have to follow up for sure. I've not heard much. Rick Wood, very strange. Coming from the Sherbrooke about this. I think Tarasenko goes to Carolina. Yeah, it's another possibility there. Again, a lot of people was questionable yesterday about is a player can fit in the system of Carolina Hurricane or not. That's happening about that. Sebastian, gonna give you. Sebastian. Paul is in the house. Welcome, Paul. I really think the league are gonna be fighting for the playoff live with the help Ottawa Buffalo. Paul, thanks to be with us tonight. But Toronto is another team where I believe they'll be fine. They're going to make the playoff. I think the top four from last year is to see what Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins are going to do. I think for me right now, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto are locked in for the playoff. Can the Buffalo reach? He said earlier, why did Detroit cannot make the playoff, guys? Detroit have 80 points last year, and you have to go over 92 points. This is an increasing of 12 point and maybe 14 point they need. That give them 6-7 W more next season. I feel this will be hard for them. That's the reason behind it. I just feel like Buffalo are ready to jumping over Boston, and we see how the Florida Panthers, the impact of the playoff loss in the final are going to in fact affect them at the beginning of the season with many injuries for that, Paul. But a great question. Coach, can the Canadiens gain 1350 points over last year? Or I think 68 points because they gained 13 points last year alone. Great question about this, William. I didn't see your question when we're talking about Detroit. Um, think about this way, guys. Um, 13 point is again, it's a 6W at least more. Can a Montreal Canadiens can beat six more time team and the Atlantic Division example, right? I see Montreal Canadiens guys can get about 75 point next season. That would be my best prediction I can right now. Um, so William at 75 points, that brings them again at the bottom 8 in NHL. So 13 is a lot because 13 I give them 81 points. I don't see Montreal Canadiens to be a team at 500 right now at this moment. Everything could have been, I understand, but you have to be realistic right here. Great question, William. A lot of stuff like that. For that, I'll try to pick up everything else. A lot of conversation between Danny and Zeph. About time, Rick Woods. Other team in NHL as today, Pittsburgh 31 points, Washington, New York Islanders, Toronto, Boston, and the list going on. Johnny Golden, welcome back, Johnny Golden. Do you think the Laval Rocket would be stronger this season? I don't know they would be stronger. It's a funny thing because I decided to follow a little bit more the Laval Rocket for upcoming season, guys. That's something we want to add and the Montreal Canadiens or the Habs Nation. Why? But because we have a lot of prospects are going to join the team next season. So back to you, Johnny. The team will be younger. They're going to have a lot of prospects on Montreal Canadiens. You know the list already. Kitney, Roy, Mayu, Mezak, Farrell, Strubble, Davidson. I can go the way. So they have to surround them with player experience. We know Mitchell, Stephen signed a contract there. They lost a lot of players over there. We don't know what's happening with that Destel yet. But there will be a young core. I don't know if the performance will be there. And I always said for me, it's more about the development for them. They have a Primo there as goaltender, Dobes look like he's going to be the backup over there, or he's going to be a fight for the spot for the Laval Rocket. The defensive core will be young again. They lost a couple of Bow-Way defensemen. Both of them will be returning. Nollander, they lost Frey Brother. Forward, they lost, Anthony Richard. They lost a couple they lost another one today. The French guys start with Abadona. I don't know his last name. Honestly, I apologize. But young core, but interesting core to see them together. I think that team could be really good in 2 years for me, Johnny. Great question. Hopefully you're doing well, Johnny. We miss you, by the way. Glad to have you aboard for sure for that. Luciano Graziano is in the house tonight. Luciano, thanks to be with our Canadian show. Another moderator. Always a pleasure to have the man of the chef, whatever you want to call him. Tell us ago, you are free, but definitely not a top one for that one there. Other guys are you are free. Thomas Tatar is go to the Winnipeg Jets for what we heard. Josh Bailey is on one. We not know what happened with Josh Bailey. And then Patrick Kane, guys, I'd be surprised the Buffalo Sabres or returning with the New York Rangers are the two teams he's looking for. One is going to be back and on shape. Jonathan Taze, who knows what happened with him, if he's going to play one more game in the NHL or not next season. So that's what we got, guys, about this. When he's not back in the house, welcome back. Guys, just to play sound for his recording. There we go. Willie Sander, hopefully doing well. Glad to be a part, guys. I'm going to go back now because the subject of the night, guys, is about the project for the Montreal Canadiens. A little bit late about that. We apologize for this one over there. So what I did, guys, on the app prospect is this way. I'm going to give you a list of the players I believe on the three frontier. All right, so we're going to get there, and then after that, we're going to see the ranking of the top 10 example, if we can go that way. And maybe now, who are the prospect I consider them? The prospect I consider them is the player guy are not at the full roster last year with the Montreal Canadiens. So I know is under 22, 23 years old. And then on my list tonight, guys, is only most of them are drafted first round, second round. Most of them, maybe a couple of few of them a little bit later, and some of you name maybe not there, and just put in the on the chat. I will add this. We feel what tier is going to go. So what I have for you guys on this one is a tier one, play in NHL in the future. The second one guy could play in NHL, and my third one, guys, I don't expect them to play in NHL. There are three colors: green, yellow, and white. Coach is fancy. I know. But that's what we got right now. So that's what's going happening there. So I'm going to give you the list. Then I want you guys comments in the chat what you feel about that for this. Let's move in, guys. Let's see happening there. First of all, I have Rainbacker. We have Lane Hudson. They have Joshua Roy. I have Owen Beck. I have Adam Engstrom, and I have Logan Mailloux. They are, guys, my 6 forward on the top prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. I expect them to play in NHL with the Montreal Canadiens or any other team. So I expect them to become a regular players in NHL. Bottom 6, top 6, top 3 defensemen, bottom defensemen, 4, 5, and 6. I don't have any specific location for them. I just feel those players and me are locked to play in NHL in the future. If you have any other name, get there. I'm going to give you my tier 2 could play in NHL. The goaltender, Fowler, Philippe Mazar, Sean Farrell. This is a guy, guys, 4 round with Fowler the 3rd round. Riley Kidney. We have William Trudeau, the goaltender, Jacob Dubel, and I have Jaden Strobel, the defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. They are my second tier. So the player right now here, it could maybe play in NHL with the Montreal Canadiens or any other team. This is what I'm thinking about that. And finally, guys, for my not play NHL, I could add more players, guys. But I try to say at the second round or the less players we know already or draft after 2018 or 2019. They are Kapanen, we have Jan Mizak, and we have Alex Dock. For me, I don't see anything in NHL in front of them at that moment. We'll see. Now, if I forgot player, guys, if you want to know about a specific players, let me know in the chat. We're going to add him on the board. I will tell you which section, what tier is going to be, in my opinion. And then after that, guys, I'm going to sharing with you my top 10 of the player I believe are going right now, my top 10 in NHL. So we'll see what we got in the chat, guys. About this, let's say what our name will play. Rick, 83 is a great. Anstrom is a 2 for a Save G. About that. Add Eneman, Fowler, Tobez. The reason why Eneman is not there because he turned 23 years old, and I did not consider him on that way. I couldn't put Eneman there. And I thought add Fowler and Tobez to play as completely an NHL. Wow. For Fowler and Tobez. Interesting about that. I see the best if Farrell as the number 1 tier, 83. Fowler tier number 83. It's only considered to be a prospect. I didn't put them there, Steve G. He played 37 game, 34 game last season, or 35 game, whatever it is. I didn't put them there, Steve. Nylander, because he's the oldest player, 24 years old now. He was drafted in 2018. I didn't put on the list for Nylander for that one. Tobel for sure, Farrell, Trudeau, Strobel, Rick Woods. Sharing more in the chat, guys. Give us a bit. And don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't mind. And don't forget, guys, tomorrow night we are back at 9 o'clock. And tomorrow night is the only show we have during the week talking about NHL. So if you have any question you have about NHL, like the elephant for Colorado, Toronto, whatever it is, tomorrow night is if you unite. Then Wednesday night we are back with the Nation Barbecue with an tap with Marco if Marco is available. There is number here too, but not for the Montreal Canadiens for 83. Mézard will be up and down, so I don't think it will be the regular next year for the Mézard. We expect possible Mézard to play with the Laval Rocket for the upcoming season. We'll see if he can make the team. Again, guys, tier one, Randbacker, draft Montreal's fifth overall pick. Hudson, 62 overall pick last year. Roy, fifth round, I believe, at 150. I'm always struggle between him and Farrell. Or maybe 434. Yeah, fifth. Beck draft Montreal Canadiens 33 overall pick, Angstrom 92 overall pick, and then Mayu 31 overall pick for the Montreal Canadiens a couple years ago. You can see, guys, that Montreal Canadiens under Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon, Pobrov and Lapointe. A lot of people complaining about Pobrov yesterday. He don't select a good player, so everything like that. You can add Sarkowski if you want to. He played only 39 games last year on the Tier 1. But you think about this guy. Last season, they draft Hudson, Beck, Angstrom, and Sarkowski. They got 4 of the draft pick first with the Montreal Canadiens should play in the NHL. That's pretty amazing if you think about that, right? And this year, they got Rebacker and they got Fuller. 2 prospects, I believe, could play in NHL at some point. So people complain about Bobrov. I don't know why. I don't understand why they don't give a lot of respect for the scout for the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know. What is strange? About this one, Richard, Nalander, Andre. Jekai, why Jekai is not there? He was draft guy 4th and 5th round pick for the Montreal Canadiens, 101, I believe he was, and that's the reason. So I did not go deep in the house. I don't know, guys. Jekai is far to be an NHL, like far. Average skater, average high ends. He's not like he should be 5th round pick and maybe 6th in NHL. So I don't know in our tap why you consider him to play could play in NHL. You will have to go through the chance. Now it's going to be interesting how he's going to develop for sure, but I don't see right now Jekai on that one. And again, I didn't. They have about 20 more prospect guys on the list. I didn't put there because they are not at the top selection for the Montreal Canadiens. You never know what the careers could become in one day. So that's the reason are not there. Look at Watson, Tier 2, none of them except Strobel. It's funny, look, because I don't see Strobel with the Montreal Canadiens. I maybe see him in the NHL at some point, but I don't see them. I think for me, on the second pair, on the second player, guys, I think Fuller a better chance at the best. And I think a player right there, I think Sean Farrell is really, for me, the most talented player, a skill on that, all the 7 players we have there. Is Sean Farrell. Give him a chance for Sean Farrell, guys. Everywhere he play, he perform. So you do not see Sean Farrell at the right situation last year with the Montreal Canadiens. So I really like Sean Farrell for Tier 2, by the way. At Tier 3 for Rick is Fuller, Mézard, Nate, another season. Yeah, and again, guys, this is only the projection, right? It's not for 1 year. It's a projection of what they're going to become one day during the career. It's not like a next season. So I want to maybe clarify that one for you guys. Top 4, back at third line center, what maybe second or third line right winger. GSM, welcome. Don't forget, guys, to click on likes. While Montreal has a ton of good prospects, but Sarkowski and there too. But Sarkowski is the reason was not there because he played with the Montreal last season, right? So because you can consider Jekai, Fosky, So I do not. I want to make it friend right there. So he's really the player already drafted in the last couple of years for the Montreal Canadiens all on this. I see Tobias backing up Montembeau in a year. Daryl Arcade, what no last season number one. And again, guys, Sakeski, I did not put there. Again, I can add one if you want to get if you want Sakeski there. Because he played with the Montreal Canadiens last season, 39 games. That's the reason. So um, he's already played in NHL. But I can understand that I have a ton of players. William Sakasi has played for the Montreal Canadiens. Pabral is agent at KGB on the team, and Mazar is there. So look at it, should be able to prove is a better right winger Gallagher Amia. Should be able to prove. Yeah, but maybe not this year. I think for Joshua Watt to have a full year in American Hockey League at GSM, that'd be great. I don't see the Montreal Canadiens push hard to add more rookies for upcoming season. Now, you never know with someone have an amazing great camp and they are going to go only at Laval. Maybe can start the season with the Montreal Canadiens. Um, about that. RHP was selected in the seventh round, 83. Yeah, and it was not the second, not only seventh round. I think it was his second year eligibility in the NHL draft, if I can recall it right, 83. Leon Renault is in the house, 30 goal for Gallagher. He got engaged today. Québécois Emma Fontaine. Motivation is happy now. Yeah, I think Renault, his last name is Fortin, but I could be wrong. Emma Fortin, but it could be Fontaine. But whatever, it's Fontaine or Fortin, she's looking good. The future is bright for Gallagher on many ways. This year was a good picking, and some will serve to trade in a year or two, so they pick properly. You're absolutely right, Andre. All those assets could be a great asset for the Montreal Canadiens for can use to get maybe a package deal at some point. But again, Montreal have a ton of prospect, and it will be interesting how they're going to develop. And that's the reason it's a really important year, like Zeph said, for different players for the Montreal Canadiens in the future. Angstrom est sorti de NHL de nulle part. DV about this, but Angstrom, yes. And again, guys, there are no one path in NHL to develop players. There are no one path a players get his maturity or reach is a little bit another level of the talent they have or their skill. Sometimes you have to be at the right spot at the right time, and the door open up with the right coaches. I can go all the way like that. And that's happening with Angstrom. Angstrom played with behind a couple of great Sweden defensemen in the past, and he got that open state, play a really good year with SHL, go to returning next season, and you go from there. You can see at the development camp, it was really one of the best defensemen for the Montreal Canadiens. You can see the projection to him to be on the part of Montreal in the future. I saw him for many times last season. It was a player always been on my radar all year long about Engstrom, and I really like him. I think he's 1 year older, but still, I really like him at the camp. Great point. You mentioned him, DV. André, t'as plus de prospects qui ne joueront pas que l'inverse. Hudson, Beckinson, Mézard, Fuller, ils ne joueront jamais. Nicolas, disagree with you about this, Nicolas. Now, Mézard, Fuller, very interesting how you're going to respond. Mézard have a really bad year last year, but it's not a bad year. I think the expectation for Mézard was a guy could have 1 point per game in OHL. He did not reach that level. Did not have a really good second half of the season in OHL. But he really did very well at the World Junior Championship. And overall, he did pretty good. He just didn't get that point we expect for him about Mézard. Now, Fuller is only a young kid, 18 years old. We'll see how he's going to develop. A good goaltender, 6'2". We'll see in the future what he can get. For me, Hudson, Beck, and Angstrom that's NHL. Like, this is NHL, Nicolas. Easy, easy. On the Vincent Rover, the Vincent Rover is not there, guys, because he was drafted for third round. I think 75. Well, he was third round, 75 overall pick, if I'm right. Um, First year in OHL, and now him is really interesting. Now he's going to be his last season in OHL, or he's going to be. Well, by the way, he's going to play with the Zurich Lion. I apologize. Remember now he's signed contract over there. The potential is still there. I would put him right now on the tier 2 for him. It's how he's going to be physically, how he's going to, he need to increase his mass, his muscle mass. The guy have a good hands. It's another player came from with like Marco Rossi, right? Austria. Rossi had a difficult time to make the NHL. Playing right now the last 2 years with Iowa Wild in the American Hockey League for Rossi. Rossi was a 9 overall pick. So for me, the potential is still there. Very important year for him, for Rover. And again, it's another player you can put there on the tier 2 for the Montreal Canadiens in our tab for about Rover. René Kidney ne jouera pas jamais dans la Ligue nationale. For me, I don't know, guys. I just cannot connect with him. I see nothing. And when I said that, I see nothing. I've not seen nothing. Start last year in August with Team Canada. He was the extra forward. I was expect more this season. He have a good year again. This is second year back to back, over 100 points. But when he went for the rookie camp and September, no one can find him. He went to main camp, nothing happened there, and that's what the notch, right? The next level, he don't get it. How many player guys stay in American Hockey League, they cannot play in NHL? That's the feeling I have with Kidney. I could be wrong here, guys, and I hope I'll be wrong. I'm just not into it. I cannot figure out anything about him where I would be like, wow, I see something there. Not right now, unfortunately. I don't know what you feel about him, everyone, for Riley Kidney. Engstrom is a huge dark horse who gets surprised at the team. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. For all the players, the wild card for me is really Engstrom. Look, I follow him for 1 year, and I think he could become that kind of prospect. Montreal, it could become better at Jordan Harris. We'll see what Engstrom. You have a two-ways players. I don't know his ceiling yet, but the potential to become a good hockey player is still there. Question: does Beck play for the Habs this year? I don't think so, Randy, because they are already extra players. This push-on center is already full. Right there, you can have right now Zuski, Doc, Monahan, Jake Evans, Pitlick, Newhook. So they have a ton of center there. At least, like I said, yeah, 3 player guys can make the NHL at the beginning of the season. It's Logan Mailloux, it's Owen Beck, it's Joshua Roy. Now, Heineman, yes, could be, can add on that list, but it'd be more benefit for Owen Beck to play 1 more year. Maybe we can get loaned to play somewhere in the Swiss, on the Swiss National League, or on the Sweden Hockey League for Beck. I think in OHL for him is not going to push him to the next level for me for that. Roy and Mailloux can push him, but I don't think so. Extra forward. Mailloux is maybe the closest one because you have only 8 defensemen, Montreal. But if we don't have any injuries and nobody have a really bad camp, I don't see any movement for the Montreal Canadiens. And the point to share on more suspect prospect. You're absolutely right about this. About it. About that, Strobel is a very strong kid and was considered the strongest player in the draft, but I don't know if he will make it the NHL 83. Um, the one lack of his play about Strobel guy is the offensive side of the game, right? Now, you have some player like him make the NHL and because they are good hockey players with their stick. They can play defensively very well. They can hit, and and the offensive is not the biggest thing for them, but they still play on the third pairing. That's a spot I can see as a trouble. Very important year for him, how he's going to adapt in American Hockey League. The talent, listen, guys, he's a second round pick. So the kid is a very good hockey player. It's just like Montreal have a ton of left defensemen. Could be a really good prospect to be traded at some point for Ken Hughes, but we'll see for him. I, it's another player, guys. I feel like he's not going to make the NHL with the Montreal Canadiens. And I forgot they were racked, by the way, earlier about him. By the way, I just said in our time mentioned Hudson est plus grand que Caulfield, is logique et où ignore Nicolas D. Il aime juste dire le contraire des autres. I tried to pick it up a couple of comments here better for what we can sharing about this. Condoléances for you guys losing Debrincat, Willie Snyder. I will add Trudeau, Doc, Farrell, et Kidney, Tier 1, Carey, Jerry. Oof. Trudeau is very interesting case for Trudeau. I think the potential is still there. I don't think Montreal have a spot for him. With the Montreal Canadiens, could play maybe one day in NHL with other team, Jerry. Doc, I don't see that yet. I see more. I need more from him, obviously, for him. People was impressed at the camp. Yes, but guys, this is his third year at the camp, right? So don't be too much excited about that. You have the big 6'2", 6'3", understand that. He's always going to make the next season very important year for him. We'll see. Players show up at 24 and then they pick it up at the right time for them. For me, Farrell is one I'm really interested about him over Kidney. Kidney, I don't see that yet. My opinion, for play in NHL. Farrell have his small players. I don't know he can handle to stay in NHL on the basic consistency night after night. Coach, they are another student player can play a center. That's an app prospect. That's really good. Are you talking about Erickson, Sean? I would like to hear that. Davantage, Mézard se développe tranquillement, mais sûrement, j'y crois qu'il va jouer, qu'il va faire. Mézard is very interesting, right? I don't give up on Mézard. It's to see how he's going to develop the upcoming season. You have the speed, you have the hands. The potential is still there for Philippe Mézard. Just as the reason I could play in one day in NHL. For that one over there. Mézard could become not really 83. Mézard is a right winger. Plekanec was a center. So it's hard to compare both of them. Plekanec play very well on the 200 feet. He can be offensive, defensive, cover anybody in the NHL. I don't see Mézard the type of player you're talking about with like Plekanec. Mr. Tooney is in the house. Thanks so much, guys. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. About this. Thank looking at the upside. Her Kulbelik is really good. A middle 6 forward. 2 it will have to see. And now the Kubalik guys are about the top 9, right? So second line, third line for Kubalik, James for them. Uh, can we please just send Hoffman to Laval to make him right the boss, Tony? Yeah, unfortunately for Hoffman, it's going to be another year with the Montreal Canadiens. At least they trade him at some point. Nothing wrong with my, it is what it is at the end of the day. I think it would be a really negative to send Hoffman and Laval. Um, why? Because first of all, the salary cap, they're going to carry on over $3 million for nothing. Secondly, Hoffman and Laval. Can you imagine Hoffman go in the locker room in Laval Rocket, sit with a bunch of 20 years old? He's 33 years old now. How negative he would be, Hoffman. Ouch. Um, I don't see that way to play in Laval. I think Mazal will make the NHL. He need more season. All right, expand will tell us about Mazal. That's the reason I did not put in the tier one. It's not sure he guarantees going to make it. The one they are on the top tier one guys, I think we all agree the chance to play in NHL is really better at the tier number two. We have Dunk for that one. Great point, Gary. Anyway, that's why I have the average the channel. I think average what's up that coming. The new owners are taking over the center. Not yet. They look like you're going to be approved and confirmed in August, for what I heard, Rick. For that, there's some kind of the paperwork, everything have to be done, everything to be sure it's all done properly the right way. For that one, like people talk about the Brinket we talked earlier. Tier 2, add Davidson, Fleur, Jacquard, Leah Anderson. But the problem with that part for the Leah Anderson, Jerry is 24 years old. Davidson, it was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens 5th round. That's the reason it's not part of this on that. And then Fleury Jacquard is a 4th round. That's the reason about that. There are all those players for me are not considered yet because they are not at the top tier 2 on the Montreal. So 1st round, 2nd round, they are the players on that list for that one. So, and again, guys, not easy make NHL. The list we talk about, guys, is the players stay consistency in NHL. Not play 5 games, 6 games, right? So, on the tier 2 we have right now, at the bottom tier 3, guys, I don't see any of them, right? On the tier 2, maybe one of them could maybe NHL, maybe 2. That's it, that's all. And next year, we're going to draft maybe top 8. That player maybe pop, kick out one of them already. That's the reason, guys. It's not easy, Jerry. I think we got everything else. RJ Calabro is in the house. Welcome back, RJ. Thanks to be with us. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. A lot of people talk each other. Andy Coivilla is in the house. AK, welcome. Thanks to be with us tonight. So we get a shot somewhere. I think I agree with you. Look, I think Trudeau has some kind of potential to become a solid player in NHL for sure. Rick Wood, I was able to watch Dobez on NCAA stream. Is going to be a good one, unbelievable goalie. You're right. He's a very good goalie for the last 3 years. Prove it in NCAA. Can he carry on this on the American Hockey League? Can he become that kind of player? We don't know yet, Rick, but I feel the same way. He's going to be possible a good player, a good goaltender in NHL if he turn around to be developed properly the right way. I cannot remember his name, but I thought he played center for the Olympics, maybe, and I'm wrong. So if I go on your on your list, Sean, the only player Sweden this year was Philip Eriksson, a center. A lot of people don't know him, Philip Eriksson, guys. It's a player to remember his name. Why, coach? Because he got hurt very badly last year. He missed about 5-6 months, and he slipped for under radar for many players, for many team in NHL. I don't say he's going to make it, but you have to consider a little bit more about Philip Eriksson. That's one of them. I tried to pick up another center, guys, on the draft by the Montreal Canadiens. Look like they don't have anyone on the round last year. Finland. Have to go all the way to 2019, Sean. I don't see any one of there, Sean. So, anything you want to give us, let me know. Quand penses-tu que nous aurons des nouvelles sur la situation de Logan Mayo pour qu'il puisse voir les jeunes? I think it'll be happening a little bit more later during the summer. August, that would be the way I feel like it will happen for Logan Mayo. Why not now? I don't know. I feel like everybody is take a time right now. They weeks off, couple of weeks or a couple of days at least. So I don't think so. It will happen right away. I think the next month will be the right way for them. For that. Maybe get news, but did make it get engaged, the channel. Rodriguez putting out a clinic of a home run derby. Wow, look at Boston. For that, congratulations about this one. For that, I have no clue. It was the All-Star game of the baseball. Sorry, guys. I'm completely not there at all about baseball. I really gave up, guys, baseball many, many years ago for many reasons. Boring game, long game, too much money, Montreal Expo. I don't know. I really gave up like 20 years ago at least. I don't follow baseball at all. I cannot recall it, guys. I watched one single game, like from the beginning to the end. I don't think so. We have the drama Yankees, Red Sox at some point, and Pedro Martinez with Don Zimmer. The bat of Mike Pesada, I think, and then Alex Rodriguez. But I'm not into that at all, guys. So I apologize. I wish I could helping you about that, but not at all. What the story? What Mizak William Snow? Mizak is really interesting kid. Very interesting kid. For Mizak, draft on Montreal Canadiens, I think 42, 43, or 44 overall pick. The projection for him was pretty good. He had a really great high end of his career in OHL. I think it was the Hamilton Bulldogs for him. Go to the Memorial Cup. I think he won there with Jacky, if I can recall it. But he never carried on this with the Laval Rocket last season. No. It's a really good center. It's just he have a lot of injuries last year with the Laval Rocket. Again, he can pick it up there to step up. It's a long way to make the NHL. He's a great 200 hockey player. Very smart, good hands, can score. Not a small kid, but we'll see what's happening for him. William, great to ask you this question. The Habs have a lot of options with the roster, so maybe good players are coming soon. Possible, Gary. Mr. Roger Delaney is in the house. Roger, thanks for stopping by. Say hi to us tonight. Our friend Mark is back in the house. Mark, I know it's unlikely. It's probably just some awful thought on mine, but I would like to see Parker Jones get called up if they will play enough and well enough to deserve it. Undrafted, I believe. Signed by the Montreal Canadiens last year when he made the rookie camp. Big winger, 6'7". You can see at the development camp this year. And obviously, don't have enough skill to play in NHL. Mark, good hockey player in the East Coast Hockey League. If you want to stay in American Hockey League, you need to get a little bit more, develop better, get developing the right way. Unfortunately, Mark, but I can understand your point of view about that. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't see him at one day at that level. For that, there we go. And putting on the show also. Wow. Here we go. Last time I watched the MLB was Jays and the World Junior in the 90s. Joe Carter, if I can recall it very properly. William. Okay. Rick Wood, baseball coach. I give up cricket. I don't know, guys. I'm just not there. I must be happy with the DeBrincat trade. Yeah, I think he's really happy about this one over there. Out of your second tier, what would be the reason Strobel could play? Um, the guy is really solid defenseman player, guys. He can hit, very good on defensive zone, a very good skater backwards. His edge work is good. Not afraid to hit, not afraid to be in front of the net, push around. His strength is, you can see his rip, good legs. The key is to see how he can carry this, the speed of the game, how he's going to adjust himself with the forechecking for opponent team, how he's going to react for the first pass, not panicking, and then how he's going to be a little bit better on the offensive side. Um, that's the reason behind that. Really, the best characteristic I can mention to you about Stubble. That's why, as a 9 over the cap after signing the Brand Cat save for that. So that's what we got here, guys, about this one. The ranking, guys, the 1 to 10. I'm not going to modify the board, but I will say to you right now, in my opinion, Ray Baker is maybe my number one on that list in front of any other one. For me, is Ray Baker. I will give you number two at Lane Hudson for the Montreal Canadiens. I will go with have a difficult time to split between Roy and Beck. Um, I don't know what would bet, guys. Whatsoever, I would say Angstrom is in front of Mayu, in my opinion. The list you see right now, the tier one guys, pretty much what I got: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This way, Rainbatcher, Hudson, Roy, Beck, Angstrom, and Mayu. They are my best top six right now for the Montreal Canadiens. And you can share, excuse me, you can modify this from 1 to 6, and you'll be I would be agree with you. I don't have no problem with that. Ça serait fait d'avoir un type de joueur comme Soderblom. Soderblom, is a big gen 6'6", 6'7" forward for them. Would be interesting. Struggled a bit last year, right? We still to learn. It's another great rookie for the prospect for the Detroit Red Wings. You have many of them, by the way, over there. Jerry, I'm amazing how everyone dismissed the 6'4" defenseman Owen Johnny Kovacevic. Suppose is not a shiny object in the eyes of many. He's not going anywhere at this time. But the reason we don't talk about Kovacevic tonight, guys, is ready. You have two things about this, Jerry, I can mention right away. First of all, he played his first full year in NHL, play over 70 games, by the way. And then he does things what nobody pay attention. He's not like an amazing, great. He does very well the details of the game, but it's not on the eyes of many fans, right? The fans are looking for more excited players, can score a goal and carry on the puck more. Kovacevic, secondly, I would say why we don't talk too much about him because he's already been in the NHL for many years. He's going to be, 25 years old, 26 now, or that area age for sure. And he was claimed by the Montreal Canadiens from the waiver from the Winnipeg Jet. And you have all the prospects in front of him where they talk more about him. He was really well done deal of chemistry with Jordan Harris. It's the kind of player you will have to have. He have the size. I could be wrong here, Jerry, and maybe if you can correct me on that one. He remind me a lot White Cloud for the Vegas Golden Knight. Some I would say Nicolas Hag, but I think Nicolas Hag is a bit more toughness. Maybe Hag more bigger, maybe a little bit taller. Could be wrong that one, but I see more toughness or Hag. But I see like Kovacevic guys a White Cloud like for the Vegas Golden Knight. I don't know if you agree with me or not. For that. Beck has to get some muscle, but IQ is there. Look at at that age, of course, he will come. Look, but the potential is still there. You have And that's what happening, guys. And this for tonight, guys. On this, I try to pick it up. Anything else you want to have any questions, guys? It's time right now. I have a couple of more minutes. If you have any Q&A you want to share it with me tonight, that'll be good. If not, we're going to move on to the Frenchy Quiz. It's our summer, guys. We don't bring a lot of people here because the conversation is getting a little bit lower, right? Because the draft is over, the UFA is over. Tomorrow night is about NHL news. We're going to look about which team are missing or they would like to add for the upcoming season. We're going to talk about different team. And the Tuesday night, guys. And again, nothing about this. Really, I really try to focusing on the Canadian team, the Toronto, Ottawa, and then a couple of teams in America and USA. But there's a Tuesday night. It's all about the NHL. The Wednesday night this week is going to be back with Marco in our tap, if Marco can do it, or in our tap too, about the roster 2024-2025. We're going to make the roster. We just saw the prospect tonight. Which prospect can make the roster for upcoming season? Not this year, the following year after that. And it will be a good exercise to do all this together. Definitely Marco and in our tap are going to have a good thing to talk about. Andy, I want to go to Thailand, but I don't want to Isaac, like Captain does. Here we go. Je suis d'accord avec tout ce que tu dis. T'es ton meilleur merci beaucoup, Davy. Allez, après, c'est vraiment gentil de ta part, mon Davy, à propos de ça. Here we go, guys. That's look like very quiet tonight. So let's move on for the Frenchy Quiz. And we're going to see that. Who is going to winning that one tonight? Let's go back on my information here. On this one, do I figure out here? I will go to remove and our tap is not there tonight. Here we go. Frenchy Quiz, guys. The last time the winner was RJ Larry Lavallée. I don't know what's going on with Larry Lavallée. King, where is King, by the way? It's a summer, guys. Everybody go in and out and understand that. Andy Coivila, it was the winner. I don't know why, Andy, I put you the name like this. And then Nicolas Goubi-Bonneau and Luc Lafortune was the winner. Luc Lafortune have 2 W so far. And this, but the leader of this so far is RJ with 5, followed by Nicolas de Goubi-Bonneau and in our tab. Both of them are at 4. And we don't have anybody at 3. Very strange. We have Andy, Larry Lavallée, Luc Lafortune, the only one at 2 winner, and the rest, many of you already in the chat are 1 time. And that's what we got right now. And the winner of the 03 is Randy Walkman. I don't count your score, Randy, but so far you hit you hit very well about that. Here we go, guys. Let's move on to the question tonight. Here we go. Sorry about that. I was stuck. About this one. Here we go. There are 34 goalies gave 200 goal again, and one season. I have too many A on that one. I will give you. I will remove the A right there. Which one has the worst save percentage from this list, guys? Ron Lowe, Brian Edward, Mario Lessard, John Garrett, and Alain Chevrier. There are 34 goalies gave 200 goals again in one season, single season. Which one has the worst save percentage on that list? Ron Lowe, Brian Edward, Mario Lessard, John Garrett, and Alain Chevrier. Connais-tu le coach Chippy sur YouTube de la comédie sur thème du hockey? Non. Davy, je ne le connais pas, mais on va regarder ça. Je vais essayer de le voir cela, Davy, prochainement. Here we go, guys. Look like nobody answered the question yet. Randy, you maybe went that way. I don't have any connection right now. And see if we have an answer about this one. Do I lost everyone? I don't have anything in the chat. Surprisingly, I don't know what's going on. Anybody can say hi to me? Hello, hi. I don't know. The chat guy struggled right now. I don't know what's happening. I cannot have any connection right now here. There we go. Now my mind is back. If you can repeat your answer, guys, that'd be great. Um, I don't know what's happening right now. But here we go. We have a few answers here. Steve G D, DVC, D La Fortune D, Andre E, Rick E, Sam A, Randy A. Here we go. You get a little bit more people now. RJI, here we go. Update I, here we go. I want to be sure we can hit it. That looked like the chat was, Vinny said it was stock. Andy A, Vinny A. A lot of people go with A, guys. Pretty interesting about that. We have Andre with E, D with C, and I thought with E. I keep being erased. Look, Gary with D, Willie Snyder with D, Jean-Pierre Levac, welcome Jean-Pierre, GP, welcome back. Glad to see you, buddy. Mark Elliott said C. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't did it, that'd be great. That was, possible. Danny screwed the chat right there here. Jean-Pierre go with the B, and Nicolas go with C. So we got all the answer, guys. Wow. What a great start of the game tonight, guys. About this one over there. Danny said E, by the way.
Oh my God!
But, guys, I know many of you are wrong because the answer, guys, is B. Brand Award is a save percentage of 0.844, have the worst percentage of all the goalies, gave over 200 goal. And the winner, guys, on that one is only GP Levac. Congratulations, show up last minute. And Jean-Pierre Levac won the first question of the night. Let's move on. Question number 2 of the evening. Here we go. The Sabres select 13 times the top 14 draft picks. 13 times, guys. How many of them are not with the team anymore? So the Buffalo Sabres, guys, select 13 times on the first 14 pick every single year. How many of them are not with the team anymore? 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, or 5 of them? Rick continues about this one over there. Second pick, Willie Snyder. Exactly. Danny, go with B on that one. Thanks so much, Danny. And after cheating, Luc Laportaine. Congratulations, GP, about this one. We're going to see. We have other chat. RJ go with C. We have D, DV with D. Nicolas go with B. We have Steve G with C, Vinny with D. We have Andre Rabat with E. What is now C and D? C. We have Mark Elliott with E. We have Sam with D. Luc Laportaine, I have C. Rick Wood with E. Gary Corneau with D. Randy Walkman with B. Carlos still with the team with them. Yes, he just signed a contract at $2 million, I believe, at the about that. I'm missing an tap. Jean-Pierre go with C. Anybody else before we announce? And tap go Nicolas with B and tap with E and Nicolas with B.
Oh my God!
He is on fire, guys, tonight because he did it again. Congratulations. The answer is C. GP Levac take the lead 2-2 tonight. But we have RJ, Steve G, Andy, Wally Snyder, and Luc Lavorson are one good answer. And they could maybe tie the game at question number 3 if GP is missing. Both of you, Randy Walkman, you still keep you straight in, Randy. Let's move on. Question number 3, Randy. Which goalies is the first one to give 200 goals against and one single season? I don't know why I put 2 double A right there. Which goalie he is the first and the NHL to give 200 goals again in one single season? Gilles Meloche, John Davidson, Jim Rutherford, Philippe Mir, et Rogatien Vachon. Yep, so right, DV. Rick Woods. Last one of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Danny go with E. Vinny go with A. Rick, hold on. We have Arjun with D. Mike Elliott with D. Gary with E. Rick Wood with D. Sam with C. Nicola with C. Willie with A. Andy with E. D. V with C. André Robert Drouin said with E. We're missing Enartap. We're missing Jean-Pierre Levac. Very important answer for him. If he's right, this goal it's over. If some of you have already one answer and you are right again, we maybe tie the game. Enartap go with D. Philippe Mir. And everybody else, GP Levac. Steve G with C. Jim Rutherford. Many goaltenders become a general manager in NHL, by the way. I don't get GP Levac. Anybody want a GP Levac? Maybe he said, I'm good enough for now. I have 2-2. I don't need to play anymore. I did my one to do it. I'm at the straight 2-2. Rutherford is bad comme GM. Il devrait être bad comme joueur. Goaltender DV. About that, I don't know, guys. Do anybody get GP Levac? I will give him about 10 more seconds before maybe he got a 0. He won. Maybe he's a good guy. So you know what? Maybe don't give an answer. So I will give a chance for everybody to win and tie the game with me. Will be GP Levac got an E right there. I apologize for that one over there. GP, I can see that one over there. The winner, another winner, guys. The answer this one, guys.
Oh my
God! Is A. And GP did not get it, guys. He did not make it. GP, he was wrong. And we have a tie game. Luc Laforcen back-to-back W. And Willie Snyder tied the game. And GP with GP Levac, and then 007 have a good answer on that one over there. So we have 3 winners tonight, guys. Luc Laforcen, Willie Snyder, and GP Levac are the winner of the contest tonight. Congratulations for each one of you guys. And I apologize, I didn't see his answer, so sorry about that. Wow, what a great night, guys, tonight at the Habs Nation barbecue. We'll be back tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And hopefully you'll join us. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be, if you don't mind, that'd be awesome. And but before we leave, guys, what if I open my soul? Don't forget to follow my app Daily News or any news I do every day. I create at least one more extra video during the day. And enjoy the time, guys. You know, summertime, guys, it's about family. It's about friends. And I always remember when I was riding, you know, or on the life coaching, I was telling people, if you have a kid, guys, you have 18 time to have an amazing, great summer. And people are asking me about what after that. When they grow, they go to school, they go to college, they have their own life. Take a time. You don't have to be with them all summer. But maybe if he's 20 years old, go to college, 23, he works, he have a wife, you know that. Take a time to be with this son or your daughter. To go to be with them for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. It's all depends. But I think we forgot because they grow and the life is over for them. We have to be behind. No, take a charge, prepare a vacation with them, take a really nice dinner. I think we miss this at the time of the life we are because I think people, they really become alone and they do their own life and they forget to have an amazing, great time. Life is short. Life is short, guys. I just want to share a little bit wisdom here. And I feel like we need to connect more with your family, whatever is your kids, wife, or your older member of your family. So that's what we got tonight, guys. Thanks again for joining us. But again, we cannot leave this show tonight without telling you one more thing because all of you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Yes, Luc Lavorson, you have some greatness inside the L'Ange Gardien over there, mon Luc. Merci again. Merci d'être avec nous ce soir, mon Luc. Guys, this concludes another show. Until the next time, we want to remind you guys, I'll be back 9 o'clock tomorrow night about the NHL news. Remember, be well, BL. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate what? The second half of what? Your 2023. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. I can wish you, and thanks for watching me again for another Hockey Nation live show. We want to thank everybody in the chat. Luc Laporson, my girl doing very well. About that, Nicolas, Internet, about that, RJ, Danny, Nicolas. Have a good night, buddy. And we'll try to get everyone. Thanks to all the moderators tonight. Danny and Luciano and our staff. Hopefully, Ron and Jose doing well. Thanks for everybody join me live tonight. And I can't wait. Don't forget to watch my ad Daily News. And Frenchy in Thailand video is coming out. Don't miss the next one. A lot of many people will love to hear what I will have to say. Until next time, guys. Have an amazing, great night. Sweet dream. And of course, booyah!